All right, my name's Earl Gohagen. When I was 12 years old, my father, playing cards with his buddies, asked me to open oysters. I was young, and I got in there and unprepared, started opening oysters. I cut myself up. I had a hard time doing it, and I couldn't keep up with how many oysters they wanted. This brush is for cleaning these nasty oysters. Oysters are on the bottom of the Gulf, so they get dirty. So we put a brush in the bucket, and we put a bucket. So we wash them, and then we set them in the bucket. All right, so we carry them over to where we're going to open the oyster. So my father looked at the situation. He was a welder, and he said, well, let me see what I can do. So about a week later, he came back with a prototype. I started using this oyster opening device, and I was able to keep up with him and his buddies eating oysters, because the oyster, the sled that I have with these holes that we cut into them, you slide your oyster in, it grips the oyster. You can use leverage to open the oyster that you don't have if you're using a towel or any other way to open. You don't have that. And so now with this platform, it gives you leverage and allows you to open even these large oysters, which are sometimes pretty hard to open. My father would call me in, he would play cards, and he'd drink beer with his friends. and so on Friday nights, this is what he did on Friday nights. So I would come in, he'd say, open these oysters for me. And he'd bring a sack in and set them by the sink. And I'd start trying to open them, and I struggled and had such a hard time. When he came in, he saw the problem that I had. He made a platform that I could set it on, and that's how this all came about. So what we would like to do is on Thanksgivings, when people get together, get your families together, open a sack of oysters, bring the kids out, let them enjoy opening oysters with the family. Eat them fried, eat them grilled, eat them fried. It doesn't matter. Any raw is the way I like them. So that's what this is all about. What we're trying to do is bring the family back together, like on holidays and just special occasions, and to keep you outside and on the patios and outside, being in the air and getting all the kids out there with you. Have yourself a good time.